A gentle autumn morning fills the wooden kitchen with warmth, promise, and the familiar comfort of a home awakening to each new day. At the counter, the father studies the nearly empty shelves and quietly considers with care everything the coming week will require. His son arrives carrying several takeout menus, colorful reminders of an expensive habit they have allowed to grow unnoticed little by little. Together, they open the cupboards and discover only a few forgotten ingredients, enough for them to inspire a more thoughtful plan. Their old dog watches from the doorway, quietly curious about the sudden activity spreading through the peaceful kitchen that morning. Father and son settle at the wooden table and begin planning simple, nourishing meals that can carry them through the week. With careful strokes, they build a practical grocery list, choosing only ingredients they can use fully and avoiding unnecessary temptations. The father lifts the completed list, pleased that a few thoughtful minutes can prevent wasteful purchases and protect their limited budget. They collect their jackets and prepare to shop with a clear purpose, leaving no room for the impulses that once guided them. Outside, the autumn garden surrounds their cottage as they follow the familiar path underfoot toward the lively village market together. The market is bright and welcoming, with wooden stalls displaying the rich colors and fresh abundance of the harvest season. They choose a firm green cabbage and several fresh carrots, balancing good quality with the limits of their modest food budget. At the next stall, the young man selects crisp apples that will remain fresh and useful throughout the entire week. Soon they walk home carrying full grocery bags, satisfied that every carefully chosen purchase already has a place in their plan. The familiar blue front door opens, welcoming them and their sensible purchases back into the quiet warmth of the kitchen. They rinse the vegetables carefully, beginning the steady preparation that will save both time and money during busier days. A sharp kitchen knife moves rhythmically through the carrots, turning an ordinary household task into a calm and cooperative routine. On the stone stove, a covered pot simmers gently while comforting steam slowly rises and fills the room with anticipation. Nearby, simple ingredients brown in a cast-iron pan, gaining rich flavor at home without requiring expensive dishes or complicated techniques. Their old dog rests beside the rug, content to enjoy the warmth, familiar cooking scents, and reassuring sounds of home. They divide the finished food into clean glass containers, creating convenient portions for every demanding day waiting ahead. Each prepared container slides neatly into the refrigerator, replacing future uncertainty with healthy meals that are ready whenever needed. When the cooking ends, the young man wipes the wooden counter carefully until the shared kitchen feels orderly and calm again. His father washes the final ceramic bowl, completing the long afternoon of preparation with the same patient attention. A clean linen towel returns to its hook, a small signal that every useful task has at last reached its proper ending. At last, they sit together at the table and enjoy the quiet satisfaction that comes from being prepared instead of worried. Their open notebook compares this week's home-cooked costs with the takeout expenses they once accepted without questioning their effect. One simple mark reveals the difference, showing how small daily choices can gradually create breathing room and protect future security. The young man moves a saved coin from the jar into their plain wooden emergency box, making the lesson tangible. He closes the box gently, recognizing that meaningful financial progress often begins with one modest and repeatable decision. Father and son remain together at the table, sharing calm relief after completing a practical plan they can truly maintain. Beyond the window, the autumn garden glows softly, while golden afternoon light outside fades across the leaves and quiet path. Nearby, their faithful old dog sleeps deeply, completely at peace after the busy cooking and careful planning of the day. The young man smiles toward his father, grateful for a valuable lesson offered through ordinary work rather than complicated advice. Warm sunset light fills the kitchen, gathering the family, their prepared meals, and their quiet achievement into one peaceful scene. They fold a linen towel neatly together, smoothing its edges as the last small chores of the day wind down. The window closes against the cooler evening air, leaving the kitchen protected, peaceful, and warm against night after their productive afternoon. With quiet pride, the father rests a reassuring hand on his son's shoulder, acknowledging the wisdom behind his changing habits. The notebook returns to its drawer, ready to guide another careful week of meals, savings, and more deliberate spending. Side by side, they leave the kitchen and walk toward the calmer rooms of the cottage as evening settles around them. Their old dog rises and follows close behind, unwilling to miss the gentle family routine that always ends the day. A hand turns the switch, and the once busy kitchen settles into soft darkness, holding the evidence of their careful work. Outside, the wooden cottage stands quietly at dusk, while the porch lantern glows beside the garden and familiar blue door. Autumn leaves drift past the entrance on a light breeze, carrying the calm of evening across the sleeping yard around them. Under the full moon, the garden path and wildflowers rest in silence after a day made wiser by simple choices.